Hey child, welcome back to my channel. So, first of all, two things. Number one, I don't know why I decided to record every single day and post a video every day because mother is tired. I'm trying, but I'm tired. Number two, I told y'all I wanted to give y'all the opportunity to get to know me outside of the hair and the hair products and the shower caps and all this other stuff. And so every now and then I give you all the opportunity to ask me anything you'd like on Instagram, and y'all came through. So if you want to know more about this pretty angelic little face right here, keep on watching. Roll that beautiful vein footage. Hey child.
L is for the way you look at me.
So let's get into these questions. Number one, what are your goals and will you take the vaccine? We're just gonna jump off the bridge like that. Okay, my goals, honestly, I wouldn't say them until they're accomplished. I'm just one of those private type of people like that because I find when you say stuff too early, people gonna keep asking you about it. It becomes a lot. So I'll tell you what they are once they already accomplished. Now about this medication. I believe in science. I believe in herd immunity being possible because of vaccination. I am not an anti-vaxxer. I don't think that that is responsible, but I will say I have questions. And until I feel more comfortable, I will not be taking the vaccine, but that doesn't mean I won't take it in the future. I'm open to taking it later on down the line, but I need a little bit more research and a little bit more time to be, you know, I need y'all to work it out. I want to see what happened to you first. I'll just put it like that. What happened to you? Did you grow extra limb? What happened to you? I'm gonna watch what happened to you and then I'll make a decision for me. Next, I don't have a question. I just want to let you know, in my mind, you're my bestie. Hey friend, y'all really coming for my neck. She said, how old were you when you lost your spicy? I was 17. What's your favorite thing to do in your downtime? I like to chill. What has happened is since I no longer have a 9 to 5, which we give God praise for, but because I don't have the stability of a 9 to 5, I have to work whenever I have the opportunity, which is quite often. And so I find myself working a lot. And so when I have the opportunity to just sit down and do nothing, that's what I want to do. I enjoy doing nothing. So that is your answer. Next, what'd you study in college? If you went and do you regret it? I studied business administration. What I'm finding now is, I wish I had graduated. I made it all the way through junior year. I really only have one more year, and I probably will go back just for a personal sense of fulfillment. But what I have found is in the career path that I've chosen, I'm able to be successful according to my standards and also financially, and I didn't need a degree. I don't regret it though, because the one thing people can never take away from you is your education. Like, it doesn't matter what you go on to do. It doesn't matter. Nobody can take away the fact that you earned your letters and your credentials. I think education is a beautiful thing, and I would never be anti-college and be like, oh, you need to get on your grind and hustle and college is a waste of time. You'll never hear that coming from me ever. It just so happens in my career field, I didn't need a degree. Next, do you like social media? When it's used responsibly, yes, but when it ain't, I take a break, I log off, I delete every app. So I think social media has its good points if you use it with good intentions, but when you start being messy and trifling and all that, I don't like none of that. Next, do you have a favorite song or genre? Yes. I love, as a soul song, I love You're All I Need to Get By. For Christmas music, I love the Jackson 5, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. When it comes to gospel, one of my favorite gospel songs, it's really hard for me to nail down just one, but one of my favorite gospel songs is You Are My Song. It's on Fred Hammond's album, Pages of Life, Part 1 and 2. That song makes me cry. It's an equal tie though with Hezekiah Walker's How Many Times. When it comes to him, that song, I need thee, oh, I need thee, every hour I need. When it comes to R&B, my favorite song is probably Love on Top. And when it comes to rap, it's Nuck If You Bug. Next, do you enjoy hair or makeup more? Hair. Will you ever do a meet and greet with your internet friends and family? Absolutely. As soon as Rona is out of here and we safe and good to go, I'm coming to see everybody. I want to get out the house. I don't even want to be at home. I want to be in my city longer than a week. I'm coming everywhere to everybody. Next, when did you start going to therapy and how did you come to that decision? 2020 was 2020, life was lifing, and I was going through a very hard time in my personal life, things that were far too near and dear to me to ever share on camera, if you understand what I'm saying. So I decided to go to therapy for my own sanity. So it just, 2020 was crazy, and that's just all I have to say. Next, how do you have a regular cycle with PCOS? Mine has disappeared. I think everyone's case is individual because it's dealing with some hormonal levels, and where my hormones is, I have been having cycles, and that's just something you have to speak with your doctor about. Mine has not been a severe case, so I think that may be the reason why I still have my cycle. But my heart is with you. for sure. Next, what has been the most enjoyable part about being an influencer? By the way, I love how relatable you are. Thank you. The most enjoyable part is my freedom as far as my schedule. Hold on. You want to be all in the mix, all in the video. Say hi to the people. Say hi. Okay, get out of my face. Bye bye, baby. If you go back in time, what year would you go to and why? 2003, because that is the year I graduated from high school. I would make a lot of different decisions, starting with the credit cards I got right out of high school. Next, Arby's curly fries or McDonald's French fries? Do I gotta pick? Like, I'm trying not to say what I want to say because baby, you can't pay me to eat no McDonald's. Next, I know you want to expand your family. Do you prefer a boy or a girl first? Honey, listen, I now understand what people mean when they say just let the little baby be healthy. I don't care. Just give me a healthy one, and that's all I got to say. Next, what kind of probiotics do you take? I use the brand Dr. Mercola. Next, have you ever thought about getting laser hair removal? Absolutely, honey. Listen, the way these chin hairs be growing in, be having me looking like a wolf gang, honey, yes, I want laser hair removal. I just have really sensitive skin right now, but we'll talk about that at a later date because it's a side effect of my surgery. Next, are you planning to move back to Texas? Yes, I love my hometown. I love St. Louis, I do. I love Texas too, and I'm ready to go. Next, can you twerk for real, for real? Then make it clap. Baby, y'all just then jumped out the boat on me. Do you believe it's okay for Christians to have sexual relations before marriage? I would say my beliefs only apply to me. And if you want to know if it's okay for Christians to have sex outside of marriage, I would say read your Bible and talk to your spiritual advisor, because I'm not that person, so I ain't answering that question. Next, do you have any hidden talents? No, they pretty out in the open. When Rona is gone and I come to visit Texas, can we have a lunch date, please? I know who you are, so yes, we absolutely can. Next, how long did it take to heal your alopecia? Okay, so the first time it flared up, I started working on it with intention that January, and I saw peach fuzz by February, but it had started falling out in that July. The second flare up, it took about 2 months to start seeing peach fuzz, and I haven't had a flare up since then, thank God. So I think because I attacked it aggressively when it first started happening versus letting years go by before I did something about it, I think that the swiftness has something to do with how quickly I was able to bounce back. Because as y'all see underneath the wig, you know, outside of this video, I do have a lot of hair, and we thank God for it. So I think that the aggression and the swiftness is why I was able to bounce back so soon. Everybody's case is very much so individual. I shared my story to maybe give you some inspiration and some directions on what worked for me. No results are guaranteed, but I do think that the sooner you act, the better your results will be. Next, what's a deep, good moisturizing conditioner that you like? I won't answer any other hair questions because I feel like, you know, I want to talk about me. But two of my favorites right now, to me, they are equally as good, is the Curlsmith Double Cream Deep Quencher and the Soul Botanicals Manoy Fertilizing Dip. Both of them are amazing, and I will never not have them in my house. Now that's it for the hair questions. Next, how can you ignore when people tarnish your name, and how can you stop caring? I think the older you get, the more you realize life is short. And it's like, honey, I don't have no time and no energy to get to that. I don't have the energy to clear up a lie, to worry about who's saying what. I don't have the time to worry about what you think about me. All I can do is live my truth authentically. And as long as I'm at peace with myself, that's all I care about, honey. Look, mother getting old. I ain't got time to be worried about what you thinking. Next, hey sis, how's your weight loss journey going? It's going good. I'm going to give y'all a video. It's just, nothing has really changed except for my weight, and it would have just been repetitive to just keep saying the same thing over and over. But I realize it's been a few months since I updated y'all, but I will give y'all a journey. But as you can see from this silhouette going on, mother doing real good. Next, how do you pray with intention if you struggle with worthiness? You attack the reason that you feel unworthy, whether it be to go to therapy, to do some soul searching within yourself through meditation or whatever, but you figure out why you think you're unworthy. You let that go, unlearn that, and learn new thoughts about yourself. For me, it took me going to therapy, and I remember my therapist asked me one time something along the lines, and I'm paraphrasing, she was just like, if God and his sovereignty and his power decided that you were worth being made, you think that he made you to be mistreated? And I was like, absolutely not. And she was like, and that's how you need to govern your life. And that has really shifted my mindset. Like, if God made me, I'm gonna make you treat me, and I'm gonna treat myself like God himself found me worthy to be created. And I need you to take on the same mindset. What's your guilty pleasure? I cannot say it on YouTube. Next, the hardest thing about quitting the 9 to 5, it was realizing that I wouldn't have the security blanket of a consistent check. When it comes to social media, you have to hustle for every dollar that you get. Whereas my job, it was just a consistent, I knew what I was getting every 2 weeks. And to not have that security, that was a lot. But stepping out on faith and believing in myself has been one of the most rewarding decisions of my life. Oh my little baby. Favorite thing about your husband? He loves children, and the gentleness that I saw in him when he would have his little cousins around, because he has 2 cousins that lives in Tennessee, and when he's around them and seeing how he treats them, that was one of my things that made me really, really comfortable with him. Next, the hardest part about 2020. The hardest part about 2020 for me was this feeling of helplessness and watching people around you, because there's some people that I know personally who passed from the pandemic. But watching people die and just the overwhelming sense of gloom and being trapped in the house while that was going on, that weighed a lot on me mentally, like a lot. Next, how long did you and Mr. Faye wait until marriage? We started dating in April 2015 and we got married in August 2018. Next, what makes you the happiest in the world? I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief, I don't know right now. It's been a lot going on just in my private life that I would never bring to YouTube. So right now I've been doing a lot of soul searching to figure out what I want, what I like, and what makes me happy. So right now I don't have an answer, and that's just me shooting it to you straight. Next, favorite childhood memory. So I had some cousins that lived out of town, and y'all know how black people are without our cousins. So whenever my cousins would come to town and all of us would be in my grandma's house, the chaos that would ensue is one of my favorite childhood memories, just being chaotic and bad with my cousins, because we got listen, me and my sister got away with a lot more when they was around because they was worse than us. Y'all will catch you later. Next, just wanted to say I'm proud and encourage you to keep going. Thank you. When you can't talk to a therapist, who do you call when Mr. Faye makes you upset? Ooh, I talk to either his cousin, who is a friend of mine, and I talk to her comfortably because number 1, she's married, and number 2, that's his blood, and she would never hurt him or use anything I say against him. She and I was friends before I met him, and that's how we met. So that's why I'm comfortable talking to her about things. Or I have a male cousin who is also married. He and I are really good friends, even though we're family. And so he speaks to me from a place of being a married man and then also being a man, period, and hearing his perspective on things has been really helpful when I can't access my therapy. Next, what's your favorite positive affirmation? I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am rich, I am that. Besides Target, where do you shop? Right now, nowhere, because of the panini, and that's just facts. Next, would you ever consider sister locks? Absolutely, I would love to have locks, period. Next, what is your pet peeve about social media? My pet peeve is when people see a moment of your life and think they know you, period. You see me from doing hair, you see my sense of humor, you see an occasional picture on Instagram, but you don't know me. And so sometimes people forget that they don't really know me. And sometimes comments have been judgmental, and I'm like, you don't know me. So that is the pet peeve that I have, is that just like a small moment of your life makes people feel like they know the totality of who you are, and that is annoying. Next, how tall are you? I feel like I give off tall girl energy because, you know, big personality, but I'm 5'5", child. Next, she said, I know this is stupid, but do you prefer Nicki Minaj or Cardi B? I love them both, and I'll just leave it at that. Next, when are you and the other 3 natural hair YouTubers gonna collab again? I don't know, y'all, and just because life be life, and for all of us, and everybody's just got a lot going on, so getting a schedule with 4 grown women to align is a lot. But here's what I'll say: if y'all get a company to support us, we'll gladly make space for it. Because honestly, we make a little bit on YouTube, but none of us are rich, period. And so it's really a labor of love that we spending our money to make happen. So if we could get some financial support from a company like sponsoring a video, we will clear our schedule to get that check. Thank you. Do you believe in manifestation? And if so, how are you able to remain positive? I'm really careful in answering that, just because manifestation means different things to different people. So I would just say my personal belief. I believe such as you think, that is what you are. What you believe is possible for you is possible. What you think is impossible for you is impossible. I believe what you fear, you attract. I believe that your thoughts really do control your world. So I would just leave it at that. That is as far as I go when it comes to manifestation. Now, when it comes to how do you remain positive, It's because I've seen the negative and I don't want to go back to that. So I focus on the positive so that I can, keep attracting some goodness to my world. And that's it. Next, outside of natural hair, what other content would you like to create? A podcast that centers Black women and our issues, at least from my perspective. And YouTube isn't probably the best platform for that. But I would love to have a podcast to talk about being a Black woman in this day and age. Next, what have you done with your clothes that are too big? Child, they still hanging up in there because I haven't gone anywhere, so I haven't made sorting through my closet a priority. But I do eventually want to do that to make some room for some new clothes because listen, this year I want to get out the house. Like, I'm hoping that things clear up and I'm able to leave. Like, period. I want to go somewhere. Nice. Next, come on and be sanctified, girl. She said, do your church baptize according to Acts 2:38? Yes, I grew up old school apostolic. Listen. Yes, so they definitely baptizing in Jesus' name. Next, do you believe in astrology? Not for me. It's not for me, but I'm also not gonna get on camera and disrespect somebody else's beliefs because I wouldn't want that done to me either. So I don't study astrology. It's not for me, and I'll just leave it at that. Next, did you go to college? And if so, what is your favorite memory? I did go, but I didn't finish. I went to college, was still staying at home, so I didn't get the dorm experience. I was working 30 hours while still trying to go to school full time. I was stressed out and tired because I wanted to be grown and I wanted to get my own place. And I wanted to pay my own bill. I really wish I would have given myself the opportunity to just be a kid and study and not try to be grown. I feel like I robbed myself of that. So yeah, that was my college experience. Ain't nothing spectacular. So that is all the particular questions that y'all have given me today. If you'd like to know something else, leave them down below. I'll probably circle back to it because again, posting every day this month. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down below. We love you long time. Maki, Dada, and I'm out of here. Bye.